Welcome to Unit 10.6, Rules, Tables, and Graphs, Part 2. Here is today's important vocabulary. Coordinates, numbers in an ordered pair that locate a point on a coordinate grid. This is an example of an ordered pair. Each number in this ordered pair is a coordinate. Ordered pairs, two numbers or coordinates used to locate a point on a rectangular coordinate grid. This is an example of a coordinate grid. Let's do a quick practice with graphing table data. Here is a table that shows pinto bean plants and how they grow, an average of 1.5 inches each day. It tracks a total of 5 days and shows you the plant height in the right column. Now I am going to use this graph to graph my data. On day 0, the plant height in inches was 0 inches, so I'm going to put a point here. First, I need to set up my graph with all of the important numbers and information so I can effectively graph my data. The title of this graph is going to be Plant Growth. Then I need to decide how I'm going to scale both sides of my graph. On the x-axis along the bottom of my graph, I am going to count by ones. You will notice that I lined my numbers up directly with the lines above them so that when I make my graph, I know exactly what line to put my dots on. Next, on the y-axis, I think I am also going to count by ones because no number in the plant height side of my chart, which is going to go on the y-axis, is above 7.5. You will notice once again that I lined my numbers up directly next to the lines that they represent, so when I make my graph, I will know exactly where to put my dots. Finally, I need to add titles to both my x and my y-axis. Along the bottom, my numbers represent time, so I am going to label that with the word time. On the y-axis, my numbers represent height, so I am going to label that with the word height. Now I am ready to make my graph. On day 0, the plant was 0 inches, so my first point will go here. On day 1, it was 1.5 inches, so my second point will go here. On day 2, the plant was 3 inches, so my dot will go here. On day 3, it was 4.5 inches, so my dot will go here. On day 4, the plant was 6 inches. And on day 5, the plant was 7.5 inches. Next, I need to connect all of my dots in the order that I plotted them in. When I am finished, my graph will look like this. Here is your practice problem of the day. First, I am going to complete this chart for you. Then, on the back of your blue sheet, you need to complete the graph for the chart. As you can see, the column on the left represents the in, and it is represented with the letter N. These numbers are 6, 9, 1, 12, and the last one is blank because we have to figure it out. On the right side of this chart, this represents the out column. In order to find the number that goes on this side, we need to take the number N and divide it by 2. You can see that 6 divided by 2 is 3, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, but what is 12 divided by 2? 12 divided by 2 is 6. Then, for the last problem, we have to go backwards because we have the answer of 8, but we need to figure out what 8 is half of. 8 times 2, which is the opposite of division, is 16. So 16 goes in the last box. Now, on the back side of your paper, please graph all of this data.